This is a 2024 Garfield, and so as the world has evolved, so too has the story around Garfield, and his perfectly pampered life has become even more easy. He's become even lazier because he can order his lasagna with a simple click of a button. He can sit back in his recliner and watch cat flicks. He's definitely enjoying the benefits of modern technology as a hard-working indoor house cat who really has nothing bad about his life except for Mondays.
I haven't seen you for years, and when I do, you're on the run from a deranged cat.
We were trying to figure out the mischief of that character and the street knowledge that he has that allows him to survive in a world like the one they live in, you know, cars and other animal villains and other, you know, people villains and things like that. Find times that kind of feel serious, but the movie's never really serious. But there are moments where the heart of the movie comes through, and that's something that's very different in terms of the kinds of voices and animations that I've had to do before. That there actually comes a point where there is a poignant moment of father-son kind of meeting and talking and getting the meaning of what it means to have a significant person in your life that's a father figure, and having a significant person in your life that's, you know, a son that you do have feelings for and you miss, and you are able to explain yourself to the person that thinks you wronged them.
Our villain is a wonderful feline voiced by Hannah Waddingham, and she plays an extraordinarily evil cat. She does a great job voicing the villain in our film, and it turns out Vic, who's a bit of a scoundrel himself, has double-crossed her in a way, and so she's going to exact her revenge on Vic and thus pull Garfield along on this epic adventure and force them essentially to into this hilarious heist type of scenario.
Part of doing this is having a vivid imagination. I don't know that a lot of actors say they want to do this stuff, but then when they get the job and they find out what it is, they go, "Oh my God, this is not what I bargained for." But because I understand the process now and how long it takes sometimes, so you know, you go away from a project for 3 months and then you get a call saying, you know, I need you to do like 4 pages. And you go in and you go, "Oh wow, this is what you did for that? Oh, I didn't realize that was what was happening, or that was the way it was happening. So now I know what to say, or I know how to say what you've written to be said, and what you've written to be said is not right. So let me tell you what it is." And he's very open to that. So it has to be a very collaborative process, and hopefully I was able to enhance what he had in his head when he saw it. That made me enjoy it more when I saw it.
Jim Davis, he just struck gold with Garfield. I think he's relatable because he's so ubiquitous. I mean, 260 million readers plus over the course of the several decades that the character has been around. You know, he's sarcastic, and he doesn't want to go to work on Monday. And I think that's, who doesn't feel that? You know, I think that's why he connected with an audience, and his sarcasm, his one-liners, you know, his wit, he's just a relatable character. People love him, and who doesn't love cats? He's a big orange cat, and people love cats.
We're all discovering who he is as the movie kind of goes along, or what his log line is, or his legend. In its own way, and you know, Vic's been around. He's, you know, streetwise street cat that is Garfield's father. I don't know. Cats have litters too, don't they? They have bunches and bunches of kids. So I guess he got a bunch of other kids somewhere too, like that. But you know, Garfield seems to be his favorite, or the one he's latched onto right now, or the one who lucked out and got to be an indoor cat and eats a lot and kind of chills around, and actually has a best friend who's a dog. So I don't know that Vic would have any of those things or would know what all that's about, but he does watch over him in an interesting sort of way that you will find out as the film goes on. He has his own relationship with Garfield that Garfield knows nothing about. And he's trying to create a connection between he and this cat, Garfield, that thinks he abandoned him.
What's really extraordinary about taking an iconic character from the comics and putting him into a film is you need to tell a 90-minute story, so you get much deeper into the interpersonal relationships of Garfield. And so we of course know that he's got his canine friend Odie, we know that his adoptive father John, we know that he loves lasagna and he hates Mondays, but there's not a whole lot we know about Garfield beyond that. So what I found interesting was how our writer and our director explored what makes Garfield Garfield, i.e. who is his biological father, and that's an extraordinary outdoor cat. Samuel L. Jackson voices the character of Vic, and it's the Garfield and his biological father Vic on an epic outdoor adventure that makes this movie. So yeah, that's what was interesting to me, is what do I find out about, and what will audiences find out about Garfield that they didn't know from just reading the comic strips?
It was all about to collapse.
Odie, I'm dreaming again. Slap me across the face. I think this is a case of mistaken identity. You must be looking for another gorgeous, lovable kitty cat.
He's also adorable, you know, so he's such a great guy and he has this great personality. And you know, the nature of doing these things, you're never in the same room doing them. You know, I've only done an animation project once where I was actually in the room with one other person for one session, but it never happens. So being able to say that, you know, I've been in a Chris Pratt movie is gonna be a big deal.
The iconic indoor cat goes on a very epic outdoor adventure, and of course the landscapes are gorgeous. The movie, you really have to see it on a big screen to fully appreciate everything that these animators have done in creating these epic landscapes. It's wild. It's so good. I don't know how you really can't do it except for in animation. I mean, there's this incredible action set piece sequence on the end on a train that's just, it's mind-blowing. So the movie takes place, and just when you think it might be over, it ramps into a totally different third act ending, and it's just beautiful. It plays really well. It wows you in the end for sure. Yeah, it's really extraordinary, and it is all outdoors. So you've got, you know, really great beautiful set pieces from epic, you know, what look like Western set pieces, massive milk factories, and you know, the design and the animation is just beautiful.
Love, friendship, there is learning the meaning of a father-son relationship, what it means, how deep it is, how great it can be when these two people connect and realize that, you know, they really do care for each other, and what it means to support one another in a way to accomplish something, and that's what they do.
If I don't make it back,
Tell my story.
hey, little mama, yeah, you heard about me. Ow, you heard about me. Ow,
Part of me wants to help him.
No, this is how he learns.